Hello everyone, my name is Xiang Zhang and today I'm gonna presenting my leisure hobby project, fishing. Okay, so the whole presentation is included 3 parts. So let's begin at the history and currents. First of all, let me introduce the history and the definition of fishing to you guys. So fishing is the activity of catching a fish, and then it's his ancient practice dating back at least 14,000 years. Since the 16th century, fishing vessels have been able to cross ocean in pursuit of fish, and since the 19th century, it has been possible to use larger vessels and in some cases persist the fish on board. And then fish are normally catch in the wild, and then the recreational fishing for sport or leisure began during the 16th and 17th centuries. Man has been predominantly in the past is because, so from the history, I think it's because the traditional males were considered the provider for their family group. Even though fishing is more of a recreational sport today, but I think it's maybe the men or boys, they feel that they are providing foods for the tables is something like their duty. Yes, then the second reason is that in our society, fishing is more associated with men or boys. So, how frequently do people of my gender participate in the fishing activity today and the past? So, according to the record, in 2012, 14.7 million Americans went fishing. Wow, I think that's a very huge number. And then while 9.4 million people stopped fishing, but 10.2 million new or returning anglers participate in the sport, netting a gain of more than 307,000. And then America made 1 billion fishing outing in 2012, arranging 21.3 fishing days per person. I think it means that nowadays the fishing is become pretty popular. And then the current issue around this activity is interesting. Well, I found something, but I don't think it's interesting. I think it's kind of sad because in a place named Malavia, I think it's a city in Africa. Yes, the woman there is poor, so sometimes they even offer sex in exchange for fish. They choose to engage in sex to reduce the transaction cost of trade. Well, I think it is a very unusual thing I found in the this activity. Is there something like related to the recent issues? And then in my theories, I think the reason the fishing have been changed in participation is because the global demand. The market needs women's participation for their living, and the market, so it's a change. The fishers circles have long been considered a male demands, signifying a sense of adventure and risk will by men, but from which women are most excluded. However, women's engaged in small-scale capital fisher-related activity include pearl and post having works is estimates at 46% in 9 major fish producing countries. And then this figure may be the tip of iceberg. If gleaning and capture were included, women involvement could be higher. So I think that would be the reason. Okay, now we move to the second part, the relationship to class material. So first of all, the traditional order of lecture, I think is first, it is a very good way to involve the whole family. And then this hobby involves being away from the hostility and the brusque of life. I think it's true. And the third reason would be people choose fishing as a hobby is because it is inexpensive. Well, I think I can prove that because when I go to fishing, I only pay for the fish haul, which is not expensive, just like $13. Yeah, like that. So I think to having this leisure activity, it won't cost much. And then fishing could help relax, relief, so it become traditional idol of leisure. So I would say my experience relate to the class material. First of all, I think it's the movie I watch for the class, the Billy and the Rough Rider. I think both the movie is excellent, and the two main characters, they just insist what they want. Yeah, but they don't care the gender or if they cause the gender to do something wrong. I think it's the same with the fishing, because many people think that fishing is more like a man's activity, but I think female can do that also. I would say I never participated in the activity before because I think this is a male-only natural activities before. Because when I was a child, I think my dad and my uncle, they always go fishing all the time, but I never go there before. I think probably they think it's dangerous for a child. I don't know the reason. And then because I really can't stand fishing alone, and then no one tell me to do so. I think those would be the reasons. And then the third session, the reflection of my personal learning. Here's a picture of mine. I think the challenge of this lecture activity would be, first of all, I learned the fishing from a website, which I never did that before. It is fun. It is a good video for the beginner. And then the second thing would be the fish one would be a very big challenge to me, because at the very beginning I was freaked out, because the first step I learned is how to hook a fish worm, and the point is they are alive, so I basically can feel them moving. It really makes me comfortable, but I tried like 2 times and 3 times, and then I just get familiar. And then the third challenge I think would be the patience, because fishing is you need to take a lot of time. It's an activity that needs a lot of time, and the best method to relax yourself is keep a stable, peaceful state of mind. When I was learning this activity, it's a very big challenge to my patience, because you never know when you're going to hook a fish. You just sit there and wait. If you don't get some patience, then you will get panic. Through this fishing learning, I realized that we don't take the result too seriously. We only enjoy the process, pleasure, and learn the experience. The same reason as the truth, it is not every time you pay for something that you can get certain returns. So those some picture of mine. So I think those are some insights. I think both males and female could gain the passion for the fishing. So if you ask me again, why would I do that again? Yeah, I think I would definitely would participate it again because it is really an interesting thing to explore. I got a lot first time there. My first time to hook a fish, to throw the fish haul, and something like that. I think fishing is really a wonderful leisure activity. So those would be my reference. Yeah, and that will be all. Thank you for listening. Bye.